I'm Sarah Chen, 32, a social media data analyst at a LA tech company. I find hidden patterns in countless posts and comments, opinion manipulation, bot accounts, and lies. I'm good at this, for I've been living a lie. 3 years ago, my best friend Emily seemingly killed herself. She jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, and her body was never found. Her baon pending de iwa leisure due to her depression history and a issue note. The handwritten note matched her handwriting. I attended her funeral, cried for 3 days, and never doubted the truth. For 3 days, I had endless tears dripping on my hands like rain. Her mom hugged me and called me her second daughter, made me cry harder, until last month. I analyzed an anonymous account with strange posting patterns. Its posts were erratic but consistent, short sentences, trailing ellipses, and really with 3 L's. My mouse froze. I stared momentable at the blinking red cursor. Emily always spelled really with an extra L, a lifelong habit she couldn't break. I called it her typing fingerprint. She said her fingerprints were in her words. I still remember that sunny day in our college dorm. I dug deeper. The IP traced to a remote town she never lived in. All posts were sent between 2 and 4 a.m., her usual messaging time. We stayed up late texting each other our messy, untold thoughts back then. She said nights were the only honest time. She said flick, not movie, ta, not thank you. The account used all her unique words. My hands shook, not from cold, but from seeing her unique fingerprints everywhere. I made a comparison chart of Emily's old posts and the 93% match. No coincidence. It was her.
Shaking, I pushed my chair back, stood up and walked to the window. Rain slid down the LA window glass like tears. For 3 years, I grieved, lost sleep, and even saw a therapist believing her dead. She was alive, posting all along, just hiding it from me. My stomach churned with overwhelming shock.
I crouched down, held my knees, and took steady breaths. I told no one, not even my husband, Mark. I decided to DM her. Her private messages were open. I typed and deleted repeatedly, the cursor blinking like a waiting heartbeat. My hands stopped shaking the second I hit send. I leaned back and waited, letting my coffee grow cold. The rain stopped, and the wind blew outside. She replied the next morning.
So what if you know?
My heart sank, not from fear, but that feeling of being pushed away. 3 years ago, she pushed me away and jumped off a bridge. Now she was pushing me away again with one line. I didn't reply. I needed to think. She didn't ask, how did you find out or what do you want? She said, so what if you know? There was defiance in those words, and exhaustion, and something I recognized. It's what she always said after we fought in college. So what if you know? Now you can't do anything about it, her life. Back then we were arguing about small things. I sat on the couch, phone in hand, Mark snoring in the next room. I listened to his breathing and my own heartbeat. The next day, she sent another message, a long one.
You think your husband actually loves you? He's the father of the child I had back then.
You didn't know that, did you? You don't know anything. All you do is analyze data and everyone, but you've never analyzed the people right next to you. I stared at the screen, then cold. So cold, I shivered. Mark. Her child. 3 years before she died, she'd been pregnant. She said it was an accident, never said who the father was. I asked her back then, she said she wasn't comfortable saying. I didn't push, it was her privacy. I thought she'd handle it. Later, she met and said she lost the baby. She cried so much. I just held her and said everything would be betrayal. I sat at my understand. A coworker came over and asked what was wrong. I said nothing. My voice was so flat, it sounded foreign to me. I screenshot the conversation. Not once, 5 times. Phone, computer, cloud, USB drive, and printed copies. My finger-pressed print, listening to the printer hum as sheet after sheet of white paper came out, black words printed on the evidence and also wounds. That night, Mark came home like always, changed, ate dinner, sat on the couch scrolling his phone. He was wearing that gray hoodie with the frayed cuffs. When he watched TV, he'd rub the fuffs. I'd watched that habit for 10 years. I didn't speak. I looked at him, thinking about how he had a child with my best friend. The light was warm yellow on his face, but I only felt cold. Mark.
Yeah?
3 years ago, Emily's pregnancy. Did you know about it?
He looked up at me. His expression shifted for less than a second, but I saw it. Pupils dilated, lips pressed tight, his phone froze in his hand.
Why are you asking?
Because someone told me you're the father.
He put down the phone and looked at me. Long silence. The kitchen faucet was dripping, drip, drip. The curtains were open. Someone walked by outside, their shadow crossing the floor.
Who told you?
That doesn't matter. What matters is it true? He stood and walked to the window, back to me. His shoulders were broad, but at that moment they looked collapsed. I waited. The clock's second hand ticked round and round.
Yes.
When that word landed, I felt the house shake. Not the house, it was spinning.
Yes, she was pregnant. The baby was mine, but I don't know what happened after that. She said she didn't want it. I said whatever she wanted. Then she disappeared.
She died. You went to her
She really knew it
funeral.
was dead. You cried for 3 days. You lost weight. You stopped. You like that broke. If I told you, you'd have lost both your husband and your friend. Wanted you to keep at least one.
You thought?
I thought. Sarah, I didn't kill her. She chose to leave. I didn't know she was alive.
I looked at him. His eyes didn't flinch, but he had fine lines around his eyes I'd never noticed. He rubbed his fingers against his pant leg, a nervous habit, but he'd lied to me for 3 years. Our marriage, my best friend, the baby in her belly, all a tangled mess. When did it start?
Before we got married, she came to me, said she wanted to talk. You were working late that night. Then, just that once.
Just once?
Once. I swear.
Just once and she got pregnant?
I didn't know if it was mine. She said it was.
If she said it was, she wouldn't lie about that. Mark was silent, his hands hung inches that had lost their strength. I stood up, walked into the bedroom, and closed the door. I sat on the bed night looking out the window. It was beautiful, but I couldn't see it. All I saw was 3 years ago, my chest and my husband being part of the reason. I touched the sheets, cotton, soft, but they felt like sandweeper.
I picked up my phone and messaged Emily's account. You were right. There's so much I don't know. She didn't reply. I stared at the screen for about 10 minutes. It went lit up, went dark again. The night was deep. Occasionally a car passed on the street below, headlights sweeping across the ceiling before vanished. That night I didn't sleep. I went through all of Emily's social media history from before she died.
The posts from 3 years ago read completely differently now. Every now read like a cry for help. How could I have missed it? I'm a data analyst. I arranged them chronologically. The week after she selfie with the caption, new day, she wasn't smiling. Her and I seen it back. Why hadn't I didn't want to? Because I was busy getting married, busy working. I missed every single cry for help. Outside the sky started to lighten. I'd sat there all night. I chose not to divorce him. Not out of love, but for time. Time to uncover Emily's fake death. 2 Sturmer coffee pupsies between us. We stood close yet felt worlds apart. Mark moved to the guest room. We stopped talking entirely. We ate in dancings, the clink tableware Sue's thinnest. Mark and I were just like those leaves, silent yet completely apart. I tracked Emily's IP. It first led to a small Oregon town, then got changed. She changed VPNs regularly to hide herself. Late night activity, trailing ellipsals that really... I coded an algorithm to scan new posts daily, weaving a fine net that could catch every trace of her unique habits. My Virdo Rick out of the mouse unique habits. I clicked in. Her new avatar was a plain landscape. New IP belonged to a small Montana town with a population of under 10,000. I checked local property, rental, or utility records, but found no trace of her real name. She used a fake identity. I spent another week narrowing down her location via photo backgrounds, a post house, and a 7th Street sign. I located its only gas station on the map. I matched the faded blue post office door in her photo to the town's real post office. She lived in a trailer park 2 miles from the town center. Street view showed her cream trailer among gray-green RVs, Kurt's fully called. I booked a 3-hour flight to Montana. On the plate clouds, I wondered what to say to her. Confront or hug her? I hated her, yet I missed her. The water was cold with condensation, feeling the damp chill on my fingers. The plane landed, and I still had no answer. Montana's airport was tiny, like a bus station. A few travelers sat in silence through the glass ceiling, blinding. I rented a car, a white neat car with the steering wheel. I parked on the side of the road at a distance, engine still running, low hum, cold AC air. The trailer park was quiet as the 7th, cream-colored, curtains in the windows, floral and faded. I couldn't see inside. I sat in the car for half an hour, hands gripping the wheel, palms sweating, blinked. The radio was on, volume low, like echoes from another world. Then her door opened, short hair, dyed brown. She'd lost a lot of weight, cheekbones car. She froze. I got out. The car door shut with a dull thud, staring at heartbeat. We were a dozen paces gone from them.
Wind blew her hair across her face. She didn't brush it away.
Sarah. Emily. How did you find me? Your spelling habit. Really, you can't break it. I've been doing that since college. You said it was my fingerprint. I did. You're still you. Are you still you? She didn't answer. She looked back at the trailer, then said to me, come in. Her voice had exhaustion in it, and something I recognized. Exhaustion of I've got nothing left to lose. Smallov was I followed her side as table to lean. Tiny baby wrapped in a white blanket. I stood there staring at that photo, my throat tight. This is your baby? Yes. Mark's? His name is Joey. He's 2. He's napping. I put down the photo and looked at her. Emily. Why did you fake your death? She sat on the bed edge, holding a pillow as a shield. Her hands trembled, wrinkling the pillow in her grip. Because I was scared. Scared of what? Scared of losing him. Scared Mark wouldn't want the baby. Scared you'd hate me. So you chose to die and let everyone believe you were dead? I had no other choice. When I was pregnant, Mark left it all to me. He only said whatever you want, with no promise of keeping the baby or caring for us. I knew he'd never stand by me. Her tears fell drop by drop onto the pillow. You should have told me. How could I possibly confess the truth to you? I built a life alongside your husband and share a child with him. As your dearest friend, I never had the courage to...
She wiped her tears with her hand, but they kept falling.
You disappeared, left a note. I cried 3 days straight at your funeral. I'm sorry. What's the use of your apology? Do you know how I suffered these 3 years?
I don't know. I was too scared to find out.
I lived in agony alone, suffering from sleepless nights, therapy, and half a year of antidepressants. Yet you lived on, raising your child and posting online. Sarah, I truly had no other way. You have options. Contact law enforcement, open up to me, or seek legal advice. Don't take the worst path. There's always a way out.
Will you forgive me?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about forgiveness now. I just want to know why you committed insurance fraud. Her face paled instantly with colorless lips. The air sides the trailer turned cold at once.
She said nothing, head bowed, twisting the pillow corner.
Emily, answer me.
Yes. He said staging an unexpected incident lets him get insurance money, then we leave for an unknown place.
Did Mark had no clue?
Mark clue. It's Daniel, whom I met post-college. His businesses all lost money and he needed funds.
So you aided his insurance fraud. I saved myself. I had no job, cash, or shelter. Daniel kept his word and gave me this trailer plus money. A stubborn flicker languid in her eyes, thin as a dying candle flame. What about him? He's elsewhere. We're not married, merely partners. Partners? This is a deal. Fraud for shelter, not partnership. You're right. Emily, do you know this fraud is illegal? Yes. Do you realize you could go to jail? Yes. Without this, Sarah, what would you do?
Silence fell over me.
I had never faced such despair and couldn't answer. I stared at her bony shoulders, frostburdened fingers, and cramped trailer, unable to imagine her suffering.
Do you have any savings now? A little. Daniel sends me money monthly.
How much each time?
A few thousand.
3 years, over 100,000 total? She nodded. What was the full insurance payout?
500,000.
Did you split the money with Daniel?
He took 400,000, leaving 100,000 for me.
100,000. You traded 3 years of freedom, identity, and friends for that sum? She wept wordlessly, tears dripping onto the pillow, her body shaking like windswept leaves.
I stood and walked to the door, touching the cold aluminum handle.
Sarah, will you call the police?
I stopped without turning back. The doorknob felt cold in my hand, with wind shaking the trailer door outside.
If you call the police, I'll be arrested and sent to prison. What about 2-year-old Joey?
I turned around. She had a tear-streaked face, swollen red eyes, and chapped lips, looking much older than 28. 3 years of fear and hiding had made her a stranger to me.
You should have thought about this earlier. I did, but I had no other choice. You had me. You could have come to me, and I would have helped you. How could I? You are my best friend and also Mark's wife. I couldn't tell you I was carrying your husband's child.
I might have been angry, but I would have helped you. It's better than you faking death.
She stared at me with red eyes, her lips parting, then falling silent.
Sarah, what should I do now?
I don't know, but you can't keep hiding anymore. I walked out of the trailer. The harsh sun blinded me, and strong wind blew my hair across my face. I sat in the steering wheel without starting the car, as dust on the gus glinted in the sun.
I leaned back against the seat and closed my eyes. I wondered if I would have faked my death, disappeared, and lied to protect myself in her situation. I had no answer, for I had never been driven to such a desperate point. Strong wind hummed through the trailer park's fence. The low, endless sound felt suffocating, just like the funeral organ 3 years ago. I headed back to LA without calling the police. I didn't forgive her, but the child was innocent, and jail would benefit no one. I saved all proof, chat lines, fraud records, and her address in an encrypted file locked with her birthday for future emergencies. Mark stayed in the guest room. His door stayed shut when I left for work and when I got home at night. Half-empty milk sits in the fridge. Stacked clean dishes fill the sink, neither knowing who left them. We lived under one roof yet acted like total strangers. One night he tapped softly on my door, hesitant.
Sarah, can we talk?
About what?
About us.
There's nothing to discuss. You lied for 3 years and slept with my best friend. You're tied to her child, too.
I was wrong.
Your apology sounds as meaningless as your old line, whatever you want.
Sarah, I want a divorce.
So do I.
Then let's do it.
Okay.
We talk divorce calmly in the living room, no fights or tears. Our Shane Blue Wave pillows lie on the couch. Magazines we picked out sit on the coffee table. All these familiar items suddenly felt alien, like they belonged to someone else. We split assets equally and sold the house, no kids or pets. The settlement was simple yet bitterly cold. His pen scratched the paper as he signed. My neat handwriting matched how I signed our marriage certificate 10 years ago. Only the words on this document told a brand new story. After the divorce, I moved to a small West Side apartment. A tree outside my window cycles green, yellow, and fallen leaves. On moving day, I dragged my heavy suitcase upstairs with bumping wheels. I paused to breathe, spotting a map-like wall stain and taking it as my new life guide. I devoted myself fully to work on a major bank account identification project. My data analysis skills grew sharper after the divorce. Focused on algorithms, codes, and data visualization, working late nightly. Only the humming pale lights, the cleaner, and I stayed in the office. Working late, I received a message from Emily's new account, which I recognized instantly. I set down my phone, staring at the blinking kerner and the distant LA nightlights that never belonged to me. I did not reply.
I know you won't forgive me, but please help us. Do it for Joey.
I recalled the photo of her holding the innocent baby, Mark's child, trapped in the trailer park for no fault of his own. I picked up my phone and hesitated for a long time before typing.
Where are you? I'm still stuck at the Montana trailer park with nowhere to go. Wait for me.
I took leave, packed my bag, and booked a flight, watching mountains and rivers from the plane window. I questioned my choice. Though she lied to and hurt me, I chose to help her. She deserved no favor, but she had no one else and would die without help.
Montana's trailer park is quiet. Her trailer looks older, with torn curtains and taped doorknob. I barely recognized her. She was thin, with dark bruises under her right eye and a split lip.
What happened to you?
Daniel beat me before he left.
He hit you? My hands shook.
He blamed me. He said I ruined his plan, his money, and everything.
He hit you and ran?
Yeah. Did you call the police? No. They'll find out I faked my death.
The trailer smelled stale. Joey's toys lay scattered on the floor.
Emily, you have to face this.
I know, but I'm scared.
Scared of what?
Prison. Losing Joey.
Tears ran down her bruised face. She hurt but didn't look away. She looked terrified, I saw my old self in her.
I'll help you. But promise me one thing.
What?
No more lies.
She nodded.
I found Daniel through his spending habits, not IP addresses. He uses one card at the same gas station. It links to Las Vegas, Nevada. I tracked all his digital records. Every choice he made left a trail. He's here.
You want me to go to him?
No. We're calling the police.
Will the police find out about my fake death?
We report the fake death and his violence.
I'll go to prison.
You and Joey will live in fear forever if you don't turn yourself in.
I pointed at the crib where Joey slept with tight fists. 2-year-old Joey slept soundly with long eyelashes. He knew nothing about the fear, escape, or my arrival. She cried silently, afraid of waking him.
Okay. I'll turn myself in.
I went with her to the police station. She went in, and I waited outside. The sun was brutal. I sat in the car with windows down. An old song played. I turned off the radio. Strong wind made the power lines hum. 2 hours passed. I checked my phone and the station door. I didn't know her experience inside, but she was facing it. She came out, her face pale as paper.
How'd it go?
I need to cooperate on Daniel's fraud evidence.
Can you?
Yes. I saved all the chat logs. So will you go to prison?
I may get a lighter sentence if I was coerced. Were you?
Does it matter? I did it. It matters. You were used, not the mastermind. She lowered her head, twisting her shirt nervously. I'll get you a lawyer.
Why are you helping me? I don't want to watch you disappear again.
She cried. I held her cold but warm hand, knowing she was still here.
I found lawyer Susan. She handles insurance fraud.
Her office is located in an office building in the city center, and the wooden floors in Bling creak when you step on them. Susan sits at desk, flipping documents with reading glasses.
You were coerced and have a kid. We can negotiate with the prosecutor.
How?
Plead guilty, hand over evidence, and cooperate for lighter sentence.
Will I go to prison?
Maybe short jail time or probation.
Emily nods, rubbing the worn leather armrest.
Sarah, where would I be without you? I don't know. I might have died for real, but you're still alive. Do you hate me?
I hated you once. Hating takes too much energy.
Like what?
Helping you.
She gives her first faint, genuine smile in 3 years.
Daniel was arrested in Las Vegas with my data. He is planning to flee to Mexico. 3 months later, Emily nervously appeared in court to testify. I sat with the lawyer on hard court chairs. Daniel stared at Emily with cold, harsh eyes. He said nothing, but his lips moved in threat.
Why did you fake your death?
Daniel promised to give me money and help me skip town.
Did you do it willingly?
I was threatened, so I had no other choice.
Why didn't you call the police before?
I have also made...
Take Daniel away. Emily was sentenced to perform community service.
Emily cried and hugged me tightly outside the courthouse.
Sarah, it's over.
No, it's just one chapter closing.
Do you regret helping me?
No, you deserve a second chance. Emily moved to LA with Joey, not with me. She rented her own small apartment in the east part of the city. I used that compensation to pay half a year's rent. I helped her tidy up the kitchen. The bowls were brand new, and so were the plates. She said she didn't want to be unskilled. After classes, she'd sit at the tiny kitchen table doing homework. Pen scratched him off every morning, picked him up every evening. Life slowly became normal. We met once a week. Coffee, conversation. We didn't talk about the past, only the present. Coffee was Americano, no sugar. She liked to cup the mug and let the steam warm her face. She'd said it.
How's Mark?
Divorced, no idea where he is now.
You don't care?
No, he's nothing to me now.
Do you hate him?
No, hating him is a waste of energy.
You've really let go?
I have, because I know I don't need him in my life.
You've changed.
How?
You used to need someone else to live. Now you can do it on your own.
Maybe because I've learned. 1 year after the divorce, I got promoted, head of the company's data security division. Not because I was that talented, but because while handling Emily's case, I'd uncovered patterns in insurance fraud data. I spent weekends organizing those patterns into a report. The day after I sent it to my boss, he called me into his office.
Sarah, you did all this on your own?
Yes.
Do you think we could turn this into a product?
Yes. I proposed developing an algorithm specifically for identifying fake social media identities. The company approved it, put me in charge. The project was called Shadow, named after Emily's anonymous account. Everyone has a shadow on social media. Some are real, some are fake. My team had 6 people, young engineers, fresh grad analysts, and a retired FBI arter. We spent 8 months building an AI model that could identify fake accounts, fake news, fake identities. We worked late into the night, takeout dinners, eyes glued to screens, debugging code. One night at 3 a.m., the model office lights were white, making everyone's faces look pale.
Social media isn't real, but it can become more real if we're willing to see. The audience applauded. Emily was there too, with Joey, 3 years old now, walking. He ran up on stage and hugged my leg.
Auntie,
What?
Mommy's crying.
I looked at Emily. She really was crying, not from sadness. She wiped her tears with the back of her hand, but they kept coming.
After Shadow launched, multiple companies adopted it. Banks, insurance firms, governments. They all wanted to identify fake identities. I became well known in the industry, not because I wanted to, but because the job required it. Interviews, lectures, columns.
Why do you do this?
Because my best friend for financial years. Her shadow kept lingering on social media, and it took me 3 years to track it down.
Do you regret not finding it sooner?
I do. But regret is useless. I turned it into a tool.
What kind of tool?
Recognizing lies. The reporter nodded, her pen moving fast across her notebook.
When the interview came out, Emily saw it. She messaged, "You wrote about me."
I didn't use your name.
She said, "I know, but I know it's me." I replied,
Do you mind?
She replied to me saying no, because you told the truth.
A year later, the company established the Anti-Social Media Fraud Lab. I became its head. The lab's mission was to track ready client as snook use fake identities. The lab was on the top floor to see toast with a view of the mountains in the long distance. I hired more people. We used an upgraded version of Shadow, scanning hundreds of millions of posts and comments daily.
First major discovery, a fake review farm. They were generating fake reviews to boost business rating. We identified 20,000 fake accounts and all of them reported down. Those fake reviews saying heartless things on the internet. Our job was to tear off their masks. Fake major discovery, a fake list of fake lies to the crate. We called the police. The firm was fined, the owner sentenced.
You've become a cop. I'm not a cop. I'm an analyst. Analysts can catch bad guys too. I don't catch, I discover. Cops do the catching. You're still so modest. Not modesty, just facts.
I got an email from Mark. He'd moved to Oregon, opened a small restaurant. He said he wanted to see Joey.
I forwarded the email to Emily. She read the email, silent for a long time. Her hands were shaking. Then she clenched her fists and stopped them.
He says he's Joey's father.
He is, but he never came looking for us. He is now. I don't know. But if you don't, Joey might ask you when he's older. She closed her eyes, sunlight on her face, her eyelids so thin you could see the veins.
Okay. Let him come.
I took Mark to Emily's apartment. He stood at the door, holding a teddy bear, looking nervous. His shirt was wrinkled, his hair a mess, like he'd traveled a long way. Emily opened the door, saw him, said nothing. The air froze.
Emily,
Mark.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Sorry for 3 years ago. Sorry I didn't take care of you and the baby.
You said whatever you want back then. Remember?
I do. It's the thing I regret most in my life.
Come in. He walked in and saw Joey sitting on the carpet playing with blocks. He knelt down, eyes red.
Hello, Joey.
Joe kept playing with his blocks. Mark cried, big tears, falling one by one to the floor. He didn't wipe them. I stood at the door watching them. Emily glanced at me, said nothing. Her lips were trembling, but she didn't cry. Mark started visiting Joey every week. He and Emily didn't get back together, but they stopped fighting. They were like two strangers slowly learning to be parents. On weekend afternoons, he'd take Joey to the park, teach him to kick a ball. Joey wasn't good at it, but he was happy, laughing and running, sunlight on him. One rainy day, I ran into Mark at a coffee shop.
Sitting alone, drinking black coffee, a brown ring on the cup. The coffee was bitter enough to make him wince.
Sarah,
Mark.
are you doing okay?
Yeah, you? All right. Restaurant business isn't great.
It'll better. Do you hate me?
No, why? Because hating you won't turn back time.
Emily said the same thing.
Because we're best friends. We even think alike.
I missed out on both of you.
You missed out on yourself.
He didn't argue. Rain patterned against the window, dense, like many voices whispering.
Year 3 of the lab, we got a government contract, tracking an international fraud ring. They've victim over a dozen countries. Every victim left traces online, posts, comments, DMs. I led the team for a year, sifting through millions of account stamps everywhere to identify the core ring, but their spending habits gave them away. They all used cards at the same casino. I handed the report to the FBI. They coordinated with international police, arrested over 20 people. The FBI then formally hired me as a social media forensics consultant. Not full-time, just advisory, like that Maya from the precognitive dreams back then.
You've become Maya too.
Who's Maya?
The one with the precognitive dreams. Do you dream too?
I dream, but I dream in data.
Joey turned 5. Emily brought him to visit the lab. He stood in front of the big screen, watching data flow, eyes bright, colored lines on the like rivers, numbers pulsing. He reached out, his fingers touched the light.
Auntie, what's this?
Data.
What's data?
People's shadows. Everyone has a shadow online. My job is to watch those shadows.
What can you see from them?
Who's lying?
Does Mommy lie?
Emily's face turned red. Mommy doesn't lie. She used to, but she doesn't anymore.
Good.
You said I used to lie.
You did, but you don't anymore.
How do you know?
Because I'm watching your shadow. She smiled. She ran over, fell around her face. Sunlight caught it, giving it a golden glow.
Year 5 of the lab, I published a book, called it Shadows of Social Media. Not a memoir, a record, documenting the fake identities, fake news, fake reviews, and how we identified them.
You're going to offend a lot of people. I know. You're not scared?
Scared. But does being scared mean I shouldn't write it? I wrote for 10 months, 2 hours after work every day, all day on weekends. After I sent off the manuscript, I'd lost 10 pounds. After publication, it hit the Amazon bestsellers list. Then it's made my savings. Someone else wrote to curse me. You're a snitch. You've ruined I filed the hate mail in a folder. Not to hold grudges, but to remind myself, not everyone wants the truth. I didn't care. I knew I was doing the right thing. She asked, but I understand you. She didn't reply again. I thought, maybe everyone has their own shadow. Some people choose to hide in theirs, others are forced. My job was to pull out the ones who were forced. But only if they wanted to come out. Emily wanted out. So she was here, sitting next to me, drinking coffee, sunlight on her shoulder.
Mark's restaurant went under. He moved back to LA and started working construction. He was thinner, darker, calluses on his hands. Yellow, thick, rough as sandpaper, dark circles under his eyes, a few gray hairs.
Sarah, I've got nothing left.
You have Joey.
But he doesn't recognize me.
He doesn't recognize you because you weren't there. Now you are. He'll learn to.
You think he will?
Yes, because you're his father. Blood doesn't lie.
You've helped me so much.
I didn't help you. I just told you the truth.
The truth is enough.
He looked down at his hands. Calluses thick, dirt under his nails.
Emily got her accounting certification. She found a job at a small firm doing bookkeeping. Pay wasn't high, but it was steady. She took me to dinner to say thank you. Tiny corner rest, red and whites, tablecloths, fake candles on batteries.
Sarah, without you, I'd still be in that trailer, Mark.
No, you wouldn't. You'd have gotten out on your own, just slower.
You have that much faith in me?
I do, because you're the strongest person I know. Why are you crying?
Crying for the 3 years I wasted.
Not wasted. You took the long way around, but the long way is still a path. She wiped her tears with a napkin. It soaked through, crumpled into a ball.
Joey was eating fries beside her, ketchup on his lip, clueless that his mom was crying. One night I was working late in the office. The data stream on my screen suddenly paused. I saw an account. Its posting style was familiar. Short sentences, ellipses at the end. Really. I clicked in. Emily's new account. I smiled. I didn't tell her I'd seen it. Some shadows don't need exposing. Some stay where they are, as proof that the past existed, and proof of how we've grown. And in that quiet understanding, I found my own peace.
In the lab's 7th year, we took down a trafficking ring with local law enforcement. A victim's social media plea led us, not data.
She posted, "I need help."
No info, only a photo of a window and tree. We pinpointed the city via the tree. Local law enforcement saved her. The victim sent me a letter after rescue.
It read, "Thank you. You didn't give up."
I wrote a reply to her letter.
It wasn't me. You didn't give up on yourself.
Thin-lined paper with messy, sincere handwriting.
Joey turned 10 and joined the science fair with a fake news project. He used my algorithm to find fake news sites and won first place. Emily sent a photo showing Joey holding a huge golden trophy. He's like you. Not like me. He's himself.
But he used your algorithm. He only used my tools. Anyone can use them. You're always so modest. It's not modesty, just facts.
Mark remarried, a single mom, an accountant at a construction site. They lived in an LA suburb with a small house. Mark invited me to the wedding. I didn't go, not because I hated him, but because I didn't need to see him again. Emily went. She brought Joey. He was the flower boy. Tiny suit, crooked tie, adorable.
Mark cried. About what?
About missing Joey's childhood.
Too late.
But he said it.
I nodded, saying it was maybe better than not saying it. But saying it didn't mean the past could be fixed. Some holes can't be filled. Year 9 of the lab, I stepped down as director. Not because I was tired, because I thought it was time for someone younger. I recommended Emily. She didn't have the credentials, but she had experience. She understood social media better than me because she'd once been a shadow. The company hesitated. I said, give her black 6 months. If she can't do it, I'll come back. They agreed.
Sarah, I can't do this.
Yes, you can. You've done harder things. Like? Faking your death. Coming back to life. She smiled, a small silver flower pin on her lapel. I took her hand. It was warm now, no longer shaking. Emily worked at the lab for a year. She did great, found 3 fake news networks, 2 fake review farms, and helped police locate a missing girl. The company officially hired her as an analyst. She no longer needed my recommendation.
Sarah, you know what? Every morning I wake up, I feel like it's not real. Why? Because I used to have nothing. Now I have a job, I have Joey, I have you.
You always had me. You just didn't know it.
I know, I just can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Believe it. It's real.
I quit the lab but kept working on social media forensics. I ran a consulting firm spotting online scams for small businesses and people, earning enough to get by. I analyzed data at home. I either worked deep into night or left my laptop closed all day. I cherished this freedom, a choice rather than an escape. I made coffee and watched plane tree leaves yellow by the window every day.
Don't you feel bored? Only dull people get bored. I always have things to occupy myself. Such as? Reading, walking, and daydreaming. Daydreaming?
Daydreaming matters most, for your mind keeps thinking then.
She shook her head and teased me for growing stranger.
I've always been odd. You just never noticed it. I moved to the coast, not LA's coast, a small town in Northern California. Few people, quiet. The house was wood, old, but big windows facing the ocean. Every morning I watched the sunrise from my balcony. The sun rising from the horizon, first a red line, then a half circle, then popping out whole. Light scattered across the sea in a million golden shards.
At night, I listened to the waves, crashing against the rocks, then pulling back, then come again. That sound, like breathing, like a heartbeat. Occasionally a client called. I'd handle a few cases. Most of the time, I just lived. Noah, the former FBI psychologist, came to visit. He'd aged, hair white, but his eyes were still bright.
Maya's by the ocean too. You two plan this?
No, just coincidence.
What's so great about the ocean?
Silence.
You finally found quiet.
Been quiet, but before I was quiet while thinking of nightmares. Now I think of sunrises.
It's different.
Yeah, different. We sat on the balcony watching the ocean, sometimes not speaking is best way to speak. Emily and Joey came to visit me by the sea. Joey was 15 now, tall, voice deeper. He had to duck when he came in, afraid of hitting the door frame. He called me Aunt Sarah now, not just Auntie.
Aunt Sarah, Mom says you were amazing back in the day.
I'm still amazing.
Then why don't you do big projects anymore?
Because there are people doing the big ones. I do the small ones.
Why?
Because small things matter too. He thought about it.
Then I want to do small things too.
You will, because your mom is a big thing. He laughed. His laugh sounded like his father's when he was young, but I knew he was his own person. One day I got a message from Daniel, sent from prison. I didn't reply. I forwarded the letter to Emily. She didn't respond to me.
Sarah, I'm not seeing him.
Okay. Mark's daughter was born. He sent me a photo. Tiny, eyes closed, fists clenched, pink skin, wrinkly face like all newborns. You named her Emily?
Yes, in memory.
In memory of what?
In Whitney Orz's.
I didn't know what to say. I replied, okay. Emily saw the photo later. She cried.
Why did he use my name? Because he regrets. Does regret help? No. But he did it. I forgive him. When did you forgive him? Just now.
Joey's 18th birthday. Emily threw a party, invited lots of people. Her cokers, Mark and his wife, Mark's daughter also named Emily, and me. Joey stood in front of the cake, blowing out the candles. 18 flames flickering in the wind.
What did you wish for?
Can't say. It won't come true if I do.
You've grown up.
I grew up a long time ago, you just didn't notice.
He smiled. When he smiled, dimples appeared, just like Emily.
That day, Emily and I stood on the balcony, watching the sunset as the gentle breeze brushed through her hair.
Sarah, do you have any regrets? About what?
About meeting me?
No, because meeting you taught me what friendship is.
What is friendship?
Friendship is you disappearing for 3 years and I still came looking for you.
She cried. I didn't. I just held her hand.
It's my 45th birthday. I watch the sea on the balcony. The sky shifts from orange to purple as stars appear at sunset. I missed all messages and calls from my friends. I just wanted quiet, not coldness. 20 years ago, I found my friend faked her death with data. 10 years ago, I helped her restart and built my career. I lost my marriage, trust, and precious years. But I gained friendship, achievements, a house, and peace. Life is unfair, but I choose to forgive and help.
Happy birthday. Thank you for never giving up on me.
You never gave up on yourself either. The soft waves watched the last sunset fade away. Ordinary data workers can change the world in their own way. I drink warm coffee and touch the lively green plant.
Good night, world.
Just past sunrise, gold glimmers over the ocean. I sit on the old balcony chair with coffee, watching the waves roll in and out. The light wind carries sea salt. The windowsill plant grows thicker, with fresh pale green leaves. My phone buzzes with an email alert. I plan to ignore it. I stay off work on Sundays. But the sender's name stops me. Margaret Chen. My aunt. I haven't seen her in nearly 10 years. We last spoke after Mom's funeral. She told me to take care, then vanished. A retired Florida librarian, she rarely uses phones and only writes letters. I open the short email.
Sarah, I found an old hard drive of your mom's. My fingers freeze. Mom left a secret folder locked with my birthday. I walk inside and take out old photos from Mom's funeral. In the photos, I stand at her grave in black with white flowers. She's been gone 8 years. She had late-stage lung cancer and refused chemo, refusing to die in hospital.
I never begged her to fight. I just held her hand, watching her waste away, her collarbones sharp and thin. On her last day, she smiled and said, "You've always been good. I have no regrets." I believed her. But this hidden folder means she had secrets. I reply with one line, "Send it."
Day, interior, beach cottage. 1 week later. The package arrives. A small box wrapped tight in tape. Inside is an old scratched black hard drive. The drive loads a single folder labeled, "For Sarah." I type in my birthday. The folder opens. One long journal file, dated from 1995 to college. My hands shaking the moment I start reading.
Sarah turned 3.
I read for 3 hours, refilling my cold coffee. Sunlight moves across the wall from east to west. The journal tells untold stories of my childhood and her life. She had me at 20 and raised me alone. My father left while she was pregnant and never came back.
Mommy, where's Daddy?
He's gone, sweetie.
I thought Dad was dead. Lives in Toronto, Canada.
I leaned back. Sunset fades. Ocean turns from gold to gray. I sat motionless for a long time. At 45, I finally know my father's name. He is alive, living in Toronto, Thomas Chen.
Night, interior beach cottage, that night. I called my aunt. Her voice sounded old, gravelly, like there was sand in her throat.
"You read it?"
Yeah.
"Do you blame me for never telling you?"
No, Mom told you not to.
Your mother, she didn't mean to hide it from you. She was afraid you'd go looking for him, only to end up disappointed. Your father is—
She's right. If I'd known earlier, I would have gone to see him already. But then what? He'd just say, "I don't know you." Who knows what would happen?
Do you still want to find him?
I didn't answer.
I don't know.
Sarah, your mother left a letter, tucked inside that old book, The Little Prince.
Do you still have the book?
Yes, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I hung up, walked to my desk, opened my laptop, and typed Thomas Chen, Toronto into the search bar. Hundreds of results came up. Doctors, professors, real estate agents. I had no idea which one was him. I closed the browser. I needed to think. An old letter arrived with faded handwriting. The cream envelope was worn and faded. I lifted the thin, yellowed sheet of letter paper. My mother revealed Thomas Chen is my biological father. He was not bad, just unable to be a father.
Hiding one's family background is a personal decision, and whether to search for biological relatives is entirely up to me voluntarily. A faint Toronto address was written on the paper. I clutched it tightly in my hand. The address may be old, but I can still check. I want to see him, but I don't know what to do next.
I found a sentence written in pencil in an old book.
Time is a river, but some stones don't move.
The handwriting is the same as Mother's. I picked up my phone to book a flight. I decided to go to Toronto.
Toronto spring is colder than Northern California. Street trees sprout thin green shoots under gray-white sky. I stand before no 176 three-story old house. Dark green door with polished brass knob. Front garden blooms red and yellow tip-mits. Quiet place fit for an elderly flower lover, which rings long. The door opens. An old man stands there.
Hello?
Are you Thomas Chen?
He freezes, glances over my face and hair, grips the knob, lips parted wordlessly.
Who are you?
I'm Sarah. Sarah Chen.
Sarah.
He whispers, steps back, door half open, unsure to let me in or shut me out. He neither claims me nor turns me away, staring into my eyes for another shadow.
Who's your mother?
Margaret Chen.
He stays silent for a long while.
He walks inside, a small light turns on, and I follow him in. Small, tidy living room lined with mountain, lake, and tree landscape paintings. Mantel holds only landscape photos. Dark blue fabric sofa has worn, flated armrests. We sit by a coffee table. He stares at a cold cup of tea instead of me.
All these years I wondered if you'd come find me.
Why didn't you look for me?
I dared not face you when you were little, with no way to explain a father's departure.
Did you think of me when you left?
Every single day.
Then why never come back?
I didn't think I deserved forgiveness.
I watch his wrinkled, aged profile, his clean hands with neatly trimmed nails. He fetches an old box from his studio, filled with my yellowed photos from babyhood to teens.
Where did you get these?
Your mom sent one photo yearly for 18 years so I could watch you grow.
She never told me, yet kept his address and sent photos all those years.
Did she hate you?
She once did, then let go. She said hatred drains you.
Did you know when she passed away?
Yes. She called before passing and said 3 words.
What words?
She said, I forgive you.
18 photos cover my whole growth. She loved and hated him, yet forgave him before death with no regrets. Do I hate you? I don't know. I came only to see if you're still here, not to forgive you.
I'm still here. I've waited a long time for you to find me.
Night, interior airplane returning from Toronto. Plane flies at night, ground lights like scattered gold dust. I lean back, gaze out the window amid engine hum. I visited his home, saw and heard him. I touched yellowed old photos with little me in them.
I left without hatred or forgiveness, only saying I need to catch my flight. He stood up and walked to the door to watch me.
Will you come back?
I don't know.
Can I write to you if you don't return?
Yes. He stands on the porch with wind climb swaying, seeing me off. The plane shakes slightly through turbulence. I recall Mom's words. Time is a river, but some stones never move. I carry her letter, address, and the little chintz book. She knew I might or might not come all along. She prepared everything, leaving a blank question for me to finish. I didn't forgive him, but I found another side of my mother. The plane flies on through the dark night sky. The plane landed at midnight. I drove home, slept 10 straight hours. Sunlight seeped through the curtains, streaking the ceiling. I made coffee, sat on the balcony. The sea shimmered silver, calm as glass. Breeze rippled across the mug. I received his first letter, white with neat, practiced handwriting. Sarah, thank you for coming. I've written many unsent letters, but none felt this real. Then write. I'm learning too. Sarah. I said nothing of forgiveness or hatred. I kept a desk box just for his letters. My replies were brief, yet I read each letter twice, not for skill but for his persistence. 3 weeks later, I found an old photo. Mom holding baby me under a blooming tree. I tucked the letter and photo under a seashell. My search ended. I found him at last. I uncovered Mom's hidden past and my own unknown void. Unlike Emily's lengthy investigations, some answers only need a willing heart's look sometimes marks. I sipped my coffee and left it to warm in the sun.
The sky shifted from deep blue to pale gray, streaked with orange-red. I was standing on the balcony, holding a cup of coffee in my hand. Waves rolled in and out, steady as breathing. The air smelled cool and salty, mixed with sand. On the table lay worn the little wrench, a pen and blank paper beside it.
I haven't written to Thomas yet, but I will. I'll reread her words, not for answers, just to know she's always here. Pale golden sunlight spilled over the sea as the sun rose. I watched the light spread and brighten across the ocean. Seabirds skimmed the water, wings glinting in sunline. I sipped my coffee. It was still warm enough. The plant's new leaves were dark green, swaying in the wind. I've lived through loss, betrayal, discovery, and searching. Searching finds yourself. I'm a survivor, not a victim. Emily lives by the sea,
Thomas waits for my letter. My story continues.
Old waves recede, new ones roll in, foam like a fresh start. I picked up the pen. I wrote the first line, "Hey Dad." The sound of waves never stopped. The waves will come again tomorrow.